Good morning. My name is Alan Anderson, and I'm in Windhorse Retreat Center near Plymouth, Wisconsin, near the Kettle Moraine State Forest. It's a beautiful day in the retreat center. It's snow outside everywhere, and it's nice to be up here. Unlike in the city where you have to shovel or dig your car out, here you can just let it be, and it's a nice place to relax. Thus my meditation retreat garb. Very nice, I know. I want to do a series of talks on video, very short ones. And the series is called How Not to Meditate. And that may sound kind of negative. People might want a really positive message. But I found over decades of meditation that I had been doing my meditation in a very difficult way because it seemed to be something different than my current experience. It was something to achieve. It was something to change me into something else. And that is not at all the idea of meditation. It's not the intention of meditation at all. So how not to meditate is just an idea about how to avoid certain pitfalls. And one of the biggest pitfalls, again, is trying to become something else. I would say for each of us in this world, there's some level of not liking who we are. For some people, that may be very small. There's blessed people who are fully manifesting in this world, connecting to one another, who have been blessed in so many different ways. And perhaps they have very little difficulty with just the sense of knowing who I am and what that really means, and do I really like that or not. I think for most people it's kind of an interesting point. It's like you could either really dislike who you are or just moderately dislike who you are. And even if you're a healthy, well-balanced being, there's those times, there's those times when you feel like you are really not doing what you'd like to do. You're not being how you'd like to be. Perhaps you had some emotions really triggered and you feel badly about that, and so you want to do something about that. Well, to whatever degree that occurs within each of us individually, for all of us, there's some element of that, of trying to get out of this thing now. Who I am right now, where I am right now, kind of a beam me up Scotty kind of a concept. So the idea of how not to meditate is to try to not become something else. Not try to meditate and hope something else is going to happen. Because the most amazing thing about meditation is to connect to this brilliant world just as it is. And for that we use our marvelous sense perceptions and our thoughts, and which make meaning in our world, and our incredible rich emotions. But I think for the most part, when you start meditating, there's a sense, I have to get rid of that stuff. I have to get rid of all these thoughts, and my mind just won't stop thinking. So there's a sense, again, of being inadequate and trying to become something else. You think these emotions are too strong. I shouldn't have these emotions. If I was a good little meditator, I wouldn't have such emotions. And then there's the distractions of the sight and sound and feel and taste and touch and all that stuff that's going on in the world, and that's a distraction too. Well, not true. All of those things are the expression of who we are already. And so in order to meditate, it might be a good thing to start by getting in touch with that first. Not trying to leapfrog over it, not trying to change who we are, not trying to become something different, not trying to get out of this situation I'm in. So I like to start with a practice called Don't Meditate. And don't meditate means let's start our practice without this idea of meditation. Just put it aside a little bit and just allow the sense of this hurdle to overcome, which is me and who I am, to avoid that and connect with who I am in this world, in this vivid, brilliant, rich world. So when I say don't meditate, this is how I would start my meditation practice, kind of a pre-meditation, a way to enter into it and not just coming from our crazy neurotic, I was just shoving a sandwich down my throat and now I'm going to sit down and meditate and follow my breath and get those thoughts out of the way. Instead, we sit down with the simplest of instructions for our body. Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche had a very succinct way of saying this. He would say, good head and shoulders. So just having a sense of good head and shoulders, uprightness, is a great way to start. And we're not meditating yet. Okay, we're just starting off. We sit down and we feel ourselves on our cushion. You could join me if you'd like. Or on our chair, sitting on a chair. So you feel your weight of the body, just a sense of being here in this space, space above us and the earth below us and space to the sides and front and back of us, just being here in this space. And then we make use of those senses we spoke of. Again, we're not meditating yet. We're just sitting here, feeling ourselves, and the first thing we might feel is our breath going in and out and in and out. We might feel our chest rising, falling. Again, we're not meditating. We're just feeling this moment, who we are. We might feel the cool air coming in and the warm air blowing out. Very simple things. Doesn't sound like meditation, and no, it's just paying attention to this world, to this very moment. And then we have all these other miraculous sense perceptions. While we're feeling this body breathing, there's a sense of sight also. We're not going to close our eyes, just looking out, relaxed, not really trying to look at anything in particular, but kind of a open periphery. And just appreciate looking out and seeing the colors and the shapes and the movement and the stillness. And then there's this sense of sound, and we can hear things going on. You might hear something outside, something in the room that you're in, maybe some sounds of your body or sounds of your clothes. Again, we're not meditating. We're just paying attention to things as they are. And I'm not at a distinct advantage because I'm out in the country right now. People think there's something quiet and mystical and beautiful and rural happening. But, out in the rural world, there's still wood chippers and cars and airplanes flying over and all kinds of things going on. So it's just rich. There's lots of things going on. I might smell something. I might taste something. I might some residual coffee in my mouth. I'm just appreciating my sense perceptions. So here I am on the spot, this vivid world, and I find, in a sense, who I am right now. I'm this living, breathing, feeling, thinking, emotive person. And this is a good thing to contact. Because if we think meditation is going to be something that's in the future, and we're going to, instead of be here now, we're going to be there then, if we do the right thing, that's really not going to work. This is it, just being present. Again, I'm not saying we're meditating. Maybe we are. But it's a really good way to start your practice, just a sense of touching in, feeling, making contact, enjoying and appreciating the sense perceptions. And from there you can use whatever practice you want. But it's the touchstone to begin and to really, really be here now, which is part of this world and not removed from this world. As they say, this is it. So I hope you find this helpful. It's just a good touchstone before you begin to do your meditation practice. You might find it's a really great way to actually lead you into being present and feeling and experiencing this present moment. So feel free to use that. We'll be giving more instruction as we go on. But that was a little trip into do not meditate, don't meditate. And just get that idea out of our head, and it's just one less obstacle. If you like this, I will be putting more on my, both on my Facebook and on my website entitled Wisdom Splinter. Wisdom Splinter on Facebook, and wisdomsplinter.com is my website. So thank you for checking in, and have a beautiful day.